thinking about it. I think we both have to hit the got it button.
Yeah.
It's warning us that we're going live. It's thinking about it. More today. Oh, hey, we did it. Sweet. All right, we're up. Oh, hang on. Whoa. There we go. All right, I got to get you in one little corner. I got to
All
get
right.
my notes in another corner, so we're all in one spot. All right, we got it. Well, what's up, my friends? Chrissy Krash here. I am here with Katarina Albrecht, who is an amazing member of the Crash Course community and has had a really awesome transformation. And I just want to say I'm super freaking proud of you for the work that you've
You.
been putting in. And it's just been so exciting watching you just absolutely level up. So, just so that people can get to know you a little bit, like, first of all, like, how did you find roller derby? And then what were like the challenges that you were really struggling with in the beginning before Crash Course?
Okay, so I actually learned about roller derby like 10 years ago or something because I was kind of seeing a girl that was skating with my current league, and I always thought it was so cool, but um I was never like I don't know, I didn't have the courage to go and do it because I'm just not the fitness or kind of person, and I'd never done any roller skating and stuff like that, and so it kind of went to the back of my mind. And in last year I had a really difficult time, and I was thinking about really needing to do something that gave me access to other people, like not doing something just for myself, because I was, due to my job, I was very isolated during the pandemic. And after that, I was mostly working and not doing anything else. And yeah, that didn't do me any favors, really. So
Yeah.
I kind of cycled back to that and remembered that that was a thing I kind of wanted to do. And I like on a whim sent them an email, and our like board person at the time just replied so nicely and reassured me that it was fine, that I could get into it. And that's when I went for the first time. And yeah.
Nice. Nice. Now, so you didn't really consider yourself an athlete before roller derby. This was sort of a big transformation for you.
Absolutely not. Like, I had uh, taken up a bit of running in like 2016, and I was training for like this one half marathon, and I did that, but running isn't really my thing. Like, it's not the sport I'm like passionate about or anything. So
Hmm.
it got really difficult to keep it up. And
Hmm.
yeah, it kind of fell by the wayside, and I had I felt like I never progressed there. Like my
Hmm.
kilometer minutes just stayed the same basically, and it felt very futile to keep doing that. And so I stopped, and I didn't really replace it with anything. And like, I hadn't done a lot of sports when I was younger. Like, I did dancing, like hip hop and jazz dancing as a teen. And I liked that because, it was fun. I had a team and who did like shows and stuff like that. And that was really cool. And I don't know, I felt like there wasn't really anything available for me as an adult that filled that
Hmm.
same need. And I'm allergic to ball sports. Like, sports ball miss me with that. So yeah, that kind of reduced the options even further. So yeah.
Nice. And so when you sort of started Crash Course right around the same time that you had just joined Derby, right? Because you were just kind of like working on
Um
making yourself show up, getting involved.
I was joining Crash course because like at the tail end of an injury I got when I
That's
was
right.
like really new to skating. I think I had like 5 or 6 months under my
Yeah.
belt when I got an ankle injury. And then I was not skating for 9 weeks. And I felt like I was falling off again. And I was very
Mm,
frustrated and I was very anxious about going back on skates. I was afraid to hurt myself again. And it it was really difficult for me, like in a headspace kind of way, and I felt like I had not done any sports for 9 weeks again, and what little I had achieved would be gone. And
mm,
I'm doing our social media pages, so that's why I was aware of you, because it like it was in our follows and you showed up. And one day I like made this split second decision to write to you. And
mm.
I don't know, it was really, I wasn't consciously thinking about it. And then I saw you pop up on the Instagram and I was like, maybe that's the thing I need. Like, maybe that's going to help me with my conundrum. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's when I
Yeah,
joined.
I have this weird way of showing up right when people need it. Like it's always like this
Like,
weird thing. So what were your biggest results from the program? Like what were your biggest aha moments? How did it impact you on the track?
oh, there's so much. Like, one thing is that I could actually commit to be an athlete like that,
Mm,
you know. Like I was really stressed out about the workouts because I felt like when would I do them, and I'm just not that fit kind of thing. And
mhm,
the fact that I could actually get into that rotation and do that and stay with it, that was like that was really made made a huge impact on me.
mhm,
And fixing my nutrition, mostly like fueling myself, that was very important for me because in my job I often have like 24-hour shifts and stuff like that, and I had a habit of not eating well when I did
mhm,
that, and I had a habit of sometimes eating little because I had didn't have an appetite and stuff like that. And fixing that and noticing that when I fueled myself, I had the energy to actually go and do my workouts. That was really transformative. And I started seeing results in my posture and my muscle mass and stuff like that so quickly. Like in the beginning, I think it was like within the first 4 weeks, like the
mhm,
first set of progress pictures, I already saw my posture just improving so much. And that was really, really cool. And I obviously noted that when I got back on skates, I really had a lot more, stability and stuff to pull from. And
mhm,
then there's like the mindset kind of thing, and that's kind of what we are supposed to talk about a bit today is like I'm a horrible perfectionist, and like not in the way like I want to do everything great and thus I work hard at it. It's more like if I don't do stuff perfectly, like within the first few tries, I'm obviously a failure and should stop, you know? And being beholden to my coach and knowing that she cares what I do
mhm,
and that I do my stuff, that helped me so much with overcoming that, because it wasn't just, okay, maybe I can't do this workout flawlessly. It was just, I should just do this workout.
yeah.
And the things I can't do, all right, I'll just, text her that I can't do my push-ups and stuff like that. Just, do it and show up and do it again. And then it's frustrating, all right. And then you show up again for it.
Mhm.
It's like the core of the issue. the not
Yeah. It's like,
stopping because you're not perfect.
yeah, like the only way to have it, it's like this weird, like, mind puzzle because the only way to make it not frustrating is to do it. But it's like our brains are like, I don't want to do this. It's frustrating. But then the more that you
Yeah.
do it, the less frustrating it becomes, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you have a pretty crazy schedule, obviously, with like the 24-hour work. What's the word I'm looking for? Working
Shift.
24 hours on shift.
Yeah,
Thank you.
we call it
I don't know
shift.
why. I don't know why I can't think of that word. So what did you have to shift around your routines? Like, what did you work with your coach on? Like, what mindset shift did you have to make in order to make the time to get your workouts and stuff done?
Okay, so I started to become more proactive at work. Like we have like a plan where we can say I have a preference to work like this at this time. It's not always possible, but I've made a point to plan or to ask my supervisor to plan my shifts around my training days. Like
Nice.
I have a standing note for him to see that says, I have training on Wednesday and Sunday. Please try to not make me come in for 24-hour shifts on these days. Like
Hmm.
sometimes I have to, and that's okay. But most of the time, they really try to honor that request. I'm very lucky in that regard. So I try to take care of being able to go to training and to do my on skates training. And then I noted that I could really manage to do most of the workouts in the evening when I got home. Like I had
Nice.
just enough energy left to do that.
Hmm.
And for the 24-hour shifts, I actually bring stuff to work. Like I have a yoga mat there, and I have like a little balance thingy there. And I often, like, depending on what workout is planned, I often bring my little dumbbells, and I bring my shoes, and I bring sports pants, because while I'm there 24/7, like 24 hours, I'm not necessarily working all the time. So I may find the time to do it, and I just set up my place so that I can get out quickly. Like
Hmm.
um, I'm an anesthesiologist, and I do emergency medicine, and I do intensive care. And sometimes I get, like, when I get a dispatch, I have to get out quickly. So I
Hmm.
already set up, like, I have a towel, like a wet towel with some soap on the one end, and I can scrub myself down real quick. I have my clothes ready to go, and
Hmm.
I can get out in like the time I'm supposed to, even
Nice.
if I'm in the middle of a workout. So stuff
Nice.
like that. Just
Well,
trying to organize my life a bit so I can do my workouts.
well, and it's so cool, Kat, because like you have every reason in the world to be like, well, I can't do this because my shifts are like this. This is the way my days are supposed to be. It would be too complicated. And instead, you really flipped it around and said, okay, if this is how things are, what can I do to actually insert this stuff in? And you've done such a good job of just figuring it out. And also, I think a lot of people are afraid to necessarily like set or ask for some kind of a work boundary of like, hey, if at all possible, could I please have these certain days or times off? And sometimes we're just like afraid to ask, and then you never know if you don't ask, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I was like very passive about it in the past because I didn't really have set things. And yeah, that has like really changed, and some workplaces are willing and able to accommodate that, and I'm
Mhm.
lucky that my workplace is really trying their best to make sure that everyone is mostly happy with the plan we're getting out of it in the end.
Nice. Nice. Now, what about your nutrition? So you said shifting your nutrition made a huge difference. What were some of the key things that you shifted? Did you discover certain foods that you really liked? Is there certain recipes that you were like, oh my gosh, this is like something that I live by? What were the big shifts for you with nutrition?
First and foremost, to actually make sure that I get my macronutrients in, because
Hmm.
in the past I had like a habit of often not eating very much during the day and just having one big meal at night. And because I was out of energy so often, it often was like I ordered stuff in and it wasn't necessarily the most nourishing kind of things. And making an effort to actually, get my protein and get my calories on
Hmm.
any given day. And like that changed a lot about how I pick my foods. And I've
Hmm.
never been a picky eater. Like I like a lot of food, so it's like in theory, it's pretty easy for me to um, switch to nutrition that's good for me and that supports what I want to do.
Hmm.
And it wasn't hard to find like stuff I liked eating. And but like in the end, it was a transition to actually make sure I ate throughout the day and I'd get back into eating everything at night, because either it wasn't enough overall, like not enough calories, not enough protein if I only had one meal, or I was eating stuff that took me way overboard,
Yeah.
you know.
Nice. Nice. I'm so excited for you. So, how is this reflecting on the track? How are you feeling on the track now? Any exciting derby updates?
So I'm like my little group of freshies who are together are scheduled to do our assessments for our level 2 program soon, which I'm excited about, and I'm very certain that I can do it. And I just noticed that I had so much more energy and that I could, like, I can do the 2 hours of practice without having to stop for catching my breath. Like
Mhm.
sometimes we have, frequent breaks and such, and that's always good, but I never have like to stop in the middle of it just to catch my breath. I
Mhm.
might have
Like
to
you're
stop
able to
for
just
other
keep on.
reasons.
Mhm.
Um, but I just got so much stronger, and so many skills that felt absolutely impossible to me in the past got so much more attainable as soon as I, got the muscle to support it. And it really helped me along so much. Like in the same time that I had, you know, kind of struggled to be on skates and to learn to like just skate, without doing any particular skills.
Mhm.
I get this far with my skills, and I just have so much and more energy to actually practice
Yeah.
during
Yeah.
practice. Yeah.
Well, and there's something really to be said about when you have a training program that is specifically designed for roller derby. The progress comes so much faster because it's like these exercises are specifically made to help you build the skills you want to build. So how is that? How is that having a training program, a crash course training program, or having like your coach? How was it working with like a crash course coach? I know you had mentioned that you were saying like you were actually really surprised by like the support and things like that.
Yeah. Um, like I don't know, I knew about personal training programs and
Mhm.
theory and stuff like that, but I didn't expect so much like emotional support and motivation out of my coach, and I didn't expect to get this level of feedback. Like it's not just that I get like a list of do these workouts and this is your macros that you should be eating, but I can like give direct feedback and receive um, feedback in turn. Like I can
Mhm.
be like, my last practice was so shitty and I was in such a horrible headspace and nothing worked out. And my coach Slayer will be like, okay, what was the difficult stuff and what was going through your head, and here's a like kind of exercise you can do to get more clarity on what's the problem. And
Mhm.
I really did not expect this amount of support. And also the group calls we are doing, like it's kind of a group therapy for perfectionists.
Right? Perfectionist recovery program. I know
I
sometimes I swear
know.
that's what Crash Course is.
Why is it like like everyone is like this? And it's so helpful to see that I'm not alone in this. Like it can be
Yeah.
so isolating to function or rather not function like that. And having people around who know how this works and who can give you support and who can also give you like direct feedback on the sport you're doing,
Yeah.
that's just very helpful. And hearing what helped other people, and also having my coach check in, like if I told like that I had trouble with a particular thing, and she will adjust my ongoing workouts, and she will
Mhm.
check back in with me, and we will do mindset exercises about how my mindset as a skater can and should differ from how my mindset is in everyday life. And yeah,
Yeah,
there's
she's
just
really good at that. Coach Slay is incredible. Shout out to Slay. We love you. That's incredible, Katarina. So, just as we wrap things up here, if someone's listening to this podcast and they're kind of like maybe struggling a bit at Derby, wanting to progress more, wondering if Crash Course and Transformation is a thing that they should do, like what would you say to those people?
okay. So I would say you feel like you are stuck, it can be such a great help to get unstuck. And if you feel you're maybe also, losing you're falling out of love with the sport for some reason
Mm-hmm.
or another, you may also want that support from a community that's like really responsive to your needs, and that's really uplifting and can pick apart where the hangups are, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it's so nice having that support. It's like having a derby team, but from all over the place, going through all of their own stuff and being
Yeah.
able to support each other. Well, my dear, I am just so over the moon excited for you. I'm excited to see how the rest of this year goes and to just cheer you
Yeah.
on as you complete this last round of benchmarks and everything. And yeah, it's just been so cool celebrating you, and I just can't wait to see where it goes.
Thank you. I'm so glad I did that and just wrote to you and started
Yeah.
this program.
Yeah, it's been really cool. Well, let's say goodbye to all our friends on the internet. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much
Goodbye.
for joining us. Hopefully, this has been an inspiration. You learned some amazing things from Katarina, so keep your eye on her as she continues to grow in roller derby. And we'll see you guys later.